Hey guys, and welcome to day number 1 of our nail and string project here. This is going to be really cool. It's going to turn out really fun. But we've got lots to understand about how we create some of these different shapes and how we connect our strings and brainstorming and all that before we actually start putting our hammer to the nail and making the marks in the wood. So the first few days here we are going to be brainstorming and just gathering ideas. We want to have a lot of ideas. The more ideas we have, the more likely we are to have a good idea or great idea, right? We don't always want to stick with the first idea that comes to our heads because sometimes as we brainstorm more, we get even better thoughts and ideas and end up with a better result for our final project. Okay, but before we get going with this nail and string art, I do want to just remind you, we finished our last project, so make sure, if you haven't yet, make sure to obviously turn it in, but then also pop on in to our Hall of Frame and claim a frame by putting in your name, right? So I'm going to scroll down a bit. Looks like we've got some amazing ones in here already. So I'm going to come on down to an open one, put my first name, last initial on in there. And then go to insert image and either take a picture right with our Chromebook camera, or you can see there's a whole bunch of options for how we can get those pictures in there. But I hope you do. This is a great way for us to be able to share. And remembering too, we don't have an art hallway. We don't have a building with that. So this is our virtual hallway. This is our way for us to be able to share and show off what we've spent the last 2 weeks creating. And remember too that only artwork that is put into the Hall of Frame has the possibility of making it into that end of the year art show. So be proud, share your work, and I can't wait to see it in there. All right, commercial break over. Let's get back to business, right? So we are going to be making nail and string art. So I think, just like always, I think it's important that as we're starting a new lesson, that we're kind of able to visualize, like, what is she talking about? Like, are we painting our nails? Is that what we're doing? Not that kind of nail. Okay, we are going to be using our little finishing hammer and nails on the wood to create a pattern, and then using our string to connect it. So let's check out some examples of what this could look like. So these are different examples that show, different creatures and shapes and stuff like that. So we've got a butterfly up here, some cacti surrounding me. Ouch, that would hurt, right? Sorry, that was a bad joke. We've got a little poppy looking up over the edge there, an owl, and further over yet a guitar. So one of the options as you are dreaming up designs will be that you could create sort of any shape, really. We might need to simplify them a little bit to make sure that we can make them out of nails and string. But yeah, one of our options will be simply drawing that shape. We will be using our grid paper for this, so make sure you have that out and ready for this project as we start our brainstorming in future classes as well. Here's some more examples of what that can look like as well. So we can also incorporate some more abstract or even geometric shapes. In fact, some of the examples I'm going to show during class today are going to sort of merge together what we learned during our op art lesson and obviously this new one as well. So you can see some more examples over here as well. All right, let's head back to today. There we go. So as you're looking at those different shapes, and as we're about to watch some videos too, what I want you guys to be thinking of, because this is going to be relevant when you start to actually create your own during our next class. And when I say create your own first brainstorming idea. Once again, we won't be actually putting the hammer to the nail into the wood for days yet. Okay, we got some brainstorming to do. But what does make for good design? So as we're starting to think about what this could look like, is when we see something really simple, is that appealing to you? Do we like chaos? Do we like when the strings are like all over with no rhyme or reason? Do we like it when it seems like, oh, there's sort of a rhythm and a pattern that it's following, like the lines are planned. Do we prefer that? Does that look good? Or just having random lines all over the place, just kind of, you know, no thought put into it. So I'm guessing you're probably already starting to think of like, maybe the chaos and random lines don't necessarily work so well for this. Not that it can't be done, okay? I'm not saying that, but it just looks a little bit less professional. Looks like maybe somebody of a younger age completed this project. So as we are planning our own and watching the designs in the examples today, I want you to notice, the planned lines that go into it, the lack of chaos, the lack of randomness, how it's all really like well thought out ahead of time. And then hopefully that'll also help us realize like why we need to plan out our own. Anyway, your next task then, there's going to be a total of 5 videos that I want you to watch. Unfortunately, because they're already in YouTube, I can't have us watch them together and then post my video to YouTube because it'll block that. It'll say, no, you can't use other people's videos for your video. So anyway, the first one I'm going to have you guys watch is this geometric shape. So it just kind of talks about, you know, what geometric shapes are and how to achieve them, and just give you a kind of overview of that, because our first 2 designs that we're going to start with next class are going to be geometric design. We're going to go through step by step how to accomplish that. But then I also want you guys to watch a few other videos. So the 2 down here, so this red triangle, they're going to show you sort of what we're going to be doing the next couple of class periods, along with this one here. So you can kind of see how it's sort of like op art, right? Optical illusion, but also it's going to be our nail and string art as well. So these are like, these 2 videos are each 3-4 minutes long, but they're going to show you how we draw it out. Now you're going to notice in here that they're actually gridding it out themselves. We already have grid paper, so just make sure, once again, make sure you have that for next class. So go ahead and watch these 2 videos first, just to kind of get an idea of like, okay, this is what we're going to be doing starting next class, how we're going to draw it, how I need to like think about you know, the tools that I need. We're going to need a straight edge, we're going to need, you know, a pencil ideally, or a pen, but then we can't erase, and just what this could potentially look like. And then from there I want you to watch these 2 videos. Once again, they're short, anywhere between I think 4 and 6 minutes maybe for these 2. It's going to show you what those next steps, once we've chosen our design, and remember, geometric, we're going to make 2 brainstorming geometric designs, but then we are also going to have that kind of freestyle where you could do like the dog or the guitar or whatever you want to do. So you'll have that option as well. But I want you to kind of see what the next steps will be once we've picked our favorite of our 3 different designs, our 2 geometric and our 1 freestyle design. So what that's going to look like next. So today is just really a day to kind of, okay, I kind of get where we're going with this. I kind of get what we're doing, so we can really start to develop those ideas. So go ahead, you've got 5 videos to watch, the one that says geometric, and then these 4 videos below, just kind of showing that process. Have fun.